Hello, Facebook family, YouTube family, Fearless Warriors, a New Health Solutions family. We are all family, so it is family. So, welcome on this evening. I'm so excited to be able to share just a little bit of what I shared. I just had an amazing workshop with the ladies in the Fearless Warrior tribe on getting back to the basics and getting back to me. And the feedback, the responses, and all that we talked about was so enlightening, so inspiring. And I hope that, some of the things that I shared with you on tonight will be helpful and inspirational for you as well. Because I really want, as we begin to focus, and I, talked a lot about, 2020, people are ready for this new year. People are ready to go to the next level. I sense that it is a place and a time where people are ready for the next. We have been at a place, we have been stagnant, and a lot of people are at a point wherein they are ready to go to really and grasp what it is that God has, really walk into their purpose and their plan, but they're trying to figure out where to go, what to do from here, what are the next steps. So going to that next level, you have to get back to the basis of the core of who you are. Who are you? Who am I? A lot of times I will talk, and I can talk about personally for myself. Whenever people say, well, describe yourself, or who are you? I would say, my name is Michelle. I have I'm a daughter. My family is, from South Carolina. I am a minister. I love working with women. I have a mental health experience. I have a doctoral degree in behavioral health. Those are a lot of the things that I would describe for myself. And then a lot of you all may describe, well, my name is Tom. I have, two children. I am from blah, 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 blah. I work as da, 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 da. So we often identify a lot of times when we say, who you are and what you do. We often identify by the roles of what we are, as opposed to getting to the core of who we are, which is fine. But I want us to think a little deeper of what is my core, what truly makes me who I am. What is it about me? What is it, my personalities? And I just want you all to start thinking of, who am I? Like, what is it that gets my passion going? What is it about me? Taking away all the things that may be stripped from me, that if I lost my job tomorrow and it does not come through, do I still identify myself with that? Or if my marriage dissolves, and I don't want any marriages to be dissolved in 2020, so we speak in restoration of marriages. If any marriages in trouble, so let me put a disclaimer out there. But if that happens, because a lot of times people identify, and many women that I have worked with, or I have counseled, or I have done consultations for, they identify themselves as a mother, and they give so much to their children that they don't even really know, okay, when things begin to transition and your children don't need you as much anymore. I know for my niece, when she was 3 and 4 years of age, she stayed on my heels. She always Auntie Shell this, Auntie Shell that. That's my nickname. Y'all don't know who my nickname. That's my nickname. People that call me, who knows me well, it's Auntie Shell, Auntie Shell, Auntie Shell. But then as she began to get older, she did not need me as much. She began to spend time with her friends. She began to develop her own identity. And a lot of times when people are at a place wherein they give so much and they are caregivers, that they begin to get enmeshed and identify that that is their role and their responsibility. But then things begin to change and to shift. We sometimes deal with an identity crisis. And people say, well, I'm not in an identity crisis, but let me read to you the definition of identity crisis, and you can identify that whether or not you may have had a time wherein you have dealt with identity crisis, or you may be in an identity crisis now. So the definition of identity crisis is a period of uncertainty and confusion in which a person's sense of identity becomes insecure, typically due to a change in their unexpected aims or role in society. So what has been some changes in your life? Have you had a time wherein, I know I had a time wherein I was working and all of a sudden I got laid off on my job? That is an identity crisis, because I had identified for myself as a mental health clinician working in this field for some amount of time, and then that changed and that shifted. Some of you all may be at a point of separation and you're trying to identified as a wife for so long, so now where am I? You may be at a place wherein you know that there is something more that God has for you to do. You are in an identity crisis because you're trying to figure out, what is my role now? What is it that I need to do? When you're talking about you want to go to the next level in God and you want to do more, you want to be able to walk more, you want to be able to have more finance, your financial increase. You want to be a person that wants to buy a new home and be able to go to this next level that we say that we want in God. You are in an identity crisis because guess what? This is something that you're trying to aim for, but it has been a change. And for you to be able to go to that next level, that next thing, you're going to have to be at a point wherein you're in a crisis. Most of the time, we do not move unless it is a crisis situation. So things has to get uncomfortable for us to move. I'm going to say that again. Things have to get uncomfortable for us to move. When we are in our beds at night and that bed feels so good, because y'all, I'm not wake up in the morning, let me tell you, that bed is so wonderful to me. I love to sleep. If anybody knows who I am, they know that I get my sleep on. I love to sleep. One thing I'm going to get is get my rest. And so whenever it's time to wake up in the morning, especially when it's winter time and that bed is warm and very, comfortable, and you're in between the sheets and that alarm clock goes off and it's time to get up and go to work, you don't be wanting to get up. Why? Because it is so comfortable. But you get into a bed that's not comfortable, you hide, or something is not right, or you're too cold and you can't get right place. You begin to start shifting and moving and turning around because you're like, man, I got to be able to kind of get to my right place. I'm gonna get to my right spot. That is a situation wherein you have to move to be able to get into the position that is designed for you to be able to get comfortable in. Many of us are in an identity crisis, and I can even say for myself that I am in a situation of shifting. So I am in a situation where things are uncomfortable, where I am stepping out of my comfort zone. Just you seeing me live today is out of my comfort zone. Me doing various things and with my business is out of my comfort zone. Me accepting various invitations to go speak in places that I have never spoken at before. I'll be going to Williamsburg, Virginia, to a place that I don't know who these people are. I don't know how this is going to come out. I don't know how it's going to be. This is an uncomfortable situation. It is a place wherein I'm going to have to start shifting and stepping out of my zone of where I typically be. So knowing that some of us are in a place where we're trying to figure out, we had an idea of what we wanted to do in life, but things shifting and things move. Life happens. Life distractions happens. Things happens and it causes us to shift. And it causes us a lot of times to be in an identity crisis because we don't know the core of truly who we are, because we have identified ourselves with our position. We have identified ourselves as that husband. We have identified ourselves as the father. We have identified ourselves as a mother, as opposed to who am I as a person? Who am I as a person? What's my core? What's my passion? What is it that gets me going? What is it that I want for my life, for myself? Not that I want to be able to have this, that I want to be able to have a thing and I have a goal because I want to be able to leave a legacy for my family, or I want to be able to walk on my purpose and my plan. But who is the core? Who's the core? What is the core of me? What is the core of who I am? And we have to get to the basis of who we are in God to know who we are, When I say knowing who we are, knowing whose I am, knowing where I stand, that no matter, but things may shift and change, that it may be an uncomfortable time and I may be trying to figure out what's the next move, but I have the core and I'm solidified and secure of who I am. So when I am walking to my purpose and my plan, that I won't shift and say, okay, well, I can go try this goal because this is working for me now. Or I feel like that was not working. It's not moving at the pace that I want to, because I know the core. I am focused when they're talking about 2020 vision, that I am focused on what I am. I am a purpose. I know that for me, I love to work with women, and I'm going to gonna open up the door for men soon, so y'all look for that soon. It's gonna be coming out soon. But my focus right now is working with women. So if my focus is working with women, when somebody provides an opportunity for me to work with children or to work with another population or another job, I can't shift. I cannot shift because I am focused on my plan. I know the core of who I am. I know what my passions are. I know my passions is to see. My passion is to see the people of God to walk out their plan and their purpose and to not be stressed, to not be depressed. I'm tired of seeing people commit suicide and that are Christian faith. I'm tired of seeing people who are depressed and marriages are shambles because we are the ones supposed to be living victoriously, but it seems as though something has happened along the way. So that is my passion and my goal. So I have to be able to stay focused. I can't go over and work, with trauma or go to work in a hospital. Yeah, I can do that help, but right now my focus right now is it's something I can do and can do well. I can go in and work in the hospital and I can go work with people and I can provide assessments, I can provide support, I can be there for them, I can get things and I can do things, I can do the assessments, I can do the counseling. I'm one of the best crisis counselors out there. I can do crisis counseling at the drop of a dime. It does not bother me. Can do it all day. Love doing it, but that's not the passionate core of who I am. The passionate core of who I am is what I do that not only fulfills what they're getting, but it fulfills me as well. That when I do the things what I do, when I go to the lives, when I go to the trainings, it does not feel like work because I am walking on my vision, my purpose, and my plan. So I encourage you today that if you are at a place where you're trying to figure out what is my purpose and my plan, that you begin to seek, you begin to pray, you begin to write out what are the major things that I love. Top 10 things that I love. What is it that gets you angry? What is it that you watch on the news and you be like, oh my gosh, this needs to change? Is it sex trafficking? Is it domestic violence? What is it that gets you going? One of my line sisters loves climate change. That's what gets her going. So one of the things that she fights for that is her passion is climate change. So she is now on a platform wherein she's doing climate change and reform and educating people on climate change. What is it that gets you going? What are those top 10 things that gets you going? And then begin to solidify a plan of, okay, what is it that is my true passion, the core of who I am? What is it that gets me going, but it also is a thing wherein I love doing, and when I give to people, it's kind of like they're giving back to me just for me serving. And then that's where I can go to identify who I am, because of a side of me being a father, a side of me being a mother, a side of me being a daughter. I have to be able to walk out my vision. I have to be able to live my life on purpose. I have to be able to have my identity for me. So when things shift and change and they move, that I do not be moved or shaken, or the next opportunity that may come, I know that I'm going to have to be focused and keep grounded in what it is that God has for me. I have to get back to the basics. I don't care how many, workshops you can go to, and I love to be able to give workshops. I love to be able to give training. But the real realization of really realizing the core of who you are is a true self-evaluation of what is going on with me, what has transpired, what has shifted, how did I get off focus, what happened that I got off track, what are my triggers, and then protecting myself in the process so that I can walk into the vision that God has by setting healthy boundaries, setting my focus, setting my plan, sticking to my plan, and walking it out on purpose, walking it out with a plan, sticking to the plan, adjusting as God leads and is necessary. But I know at the core of who I am, I know what I love to do. I know what I need to do to, number one, live out my life on purpose. Number two, to be able to live my life and not feel like I have to live my life stressed all the time. Because it's the one thing to be able to walk on your purpose, but then again, I'm walking on my purpose, but I'm stressed out. I'm having high blood pressure. I'm not taking care of myself. I'm not able to sleep at night. I'm constantly worrying. My stress level is too high because I am not really able to fully walk into my purpose and my plan because I can't even enjoy it. That's why when people who have all this money are committing suicide, because they don't have the peace. You got to be able to have peace in any situation that you're in, whether you are in a hut, whether you are out on the street, or whether you are up in a mansion. If you don't have peace within yourself, if you don't have the core of who you are, it's going to not work for you anyway. So I have to get back to the basics of who I am, enjoying the simple things in life. Life is too short. If anything that we have recognized in this today's time in society, things have changed so much. I'm 40 years old. Excuse me. I'm 40 years old, and things have changed so much from, I would say, from when I was younger up until now, just in the last 10 years, how things have shifted and changed. And if we don't take the time out to enjoy the journey of life, this one life that we give, that with this one life that we get, it's one that we get. Don't waste it. Live it. Enjoy it. Embrace it. Walk in it. But we have to get back to the basics of enjoying the simple things. What were some things that made you smile? What are some things that are the core of who you are that made you who you are today? And getting back to those basic things, getting back to me, refocusing on myself so I can walk out my vision, that I don't have to live stressed while I'm trying to work on my goals, and that I'm able to enjoy the simple things in life of what it is that I am created to do. A lot of times people are like, I'm trying to find purpose. It's not hard. It's already inside of you. You just got to be able to work to get it out, work to pray, work to have some revelation, work to kind of seek those things out. And a lot of times stumbling blocks, mistakes that you may think that you may have made, that was all preparation. It's all preparation. All preparation for lessons of what's not for you. I've learned a lot of populations that I don't work well with. I was able to know some age groups that I don't work the best with. I was able to learn those things through my time out in mental health, my time in working, in mental health and things that I needed to do. So, and even within ministry, I know some things, some areas that are my strengths and my weaknesses. I realize those things and I can live it out unapologetically, and I don't try to push myself or be something different than what I'm not. That's the best thing about being who you are. It's not to the point where you being overconfident or being, people saying being arrogant. You be humble about what you do and everything that you do because you want to be humble, but at the same time, I'm not going to apologize for who I am or what I'm walking into because of what it is that I know that God has designed for me to do, and I need to walk into it by any means necessary. And then in that place and walking into it, enjoying the simple things in life, enjoying life, getting back to the basics, giving back to me, enjoying the simple things of this one life that I have to live, and taking advantage of it and honing in and getting to the core of who I am, loving on me and going to that next level. So I encourage you on today that if you are at a place where you're trying to figure out your purpose, you're trying to figure out your plan, you have gotten off course some way, you're constantly stressed out, you're constantly frustrated, you're resentful of your life, you have had times where you're trying to figure out what is my next move, where am I going next, I feel like I know that there's more, but what is it? Get back to the basics, or start writing down, start just journaling down some things, and then start taking those things you have written down and identify the strengths, your weaknesses, what would be your main point, and begin focusing on that and make it work well. So you all have a good night. I am so thankful that you all were able to join me on tonight, and we're going to go out. We're going to get back to the basics. I can't wait to connect with you. I would like to also share with you the newly released Fearless Tribe Warriors online community. There's a separate community from Facebook. It's a small minimal fee of what you pay to get training, to get resources, to stay equipped. You get educated, you get empowered, you get a way wherein you can get training from myself, and I'm going to have special guests that's going to provide training monthly, and we're going to have motivational moments where we're going to be inspired, spiritually, We're going to have our physical health together. We're going to have our mental, we're going to be equipped to walk out this thing called life on purpose and for God. And you're going to say, okay, so what are the benefits? The benefits for me is for you, not for me, but for you, is that if you do join me, which will be a benefit, you join me, but the benefits for you is that number one, you will have clarity. You will be equipped. You will be empowered. You will be walking more on purpose like never before, because you will have different resources and tips that will be updated frequently of how you can begin to shift your life. So I give some tips here, but I give what to do the next level from there. It's kind of a next level of, okay, I give the how here, I give you tips here, but I give you actual strategies, and we go through a process, and I have courses on various things to help you to go to that next level, to help you to go and propel your family to that next level, how to be able to help people and set boundaries. So you're going to be a person is going to be walking on purpose to go to that next level. You're going to have clarity. You're going to have a place where you can get strengthened to walk out your vision, to walk out your plan, and not feel at a point anymore wherein I'm trying to figure out where to go and what's next. You're going to have a whole resource center there for you that you can pull out at your time around your schedule. So I can't wait to connect with you. If you are interested in it, I have attached a link. You can click on the link and see a little more about the Fearless Warrior Tribe membership program. And I can't wait to connect with you. And I will talk with you soon. You all have a great night. Bye now.